Christine, if you haven't watched before. This is our art room my husband and I share. You can kind of see over here, this is where his desk is for work. And then over on this side, I have done a couple of videos about how I organized this drawer unit with my craft supplies. I have an Etsy shop called Vermeer Girl. I also have a pattern website through Etsy if you happen to search it. It's a little more pretty, I guess, than just searching on the normal website. I am 34, almost 35 weeks pregnant, so expecting my son to come into the world pretty soon here. So I'm just trying to get things ready because, oh my goodness, he's gonna be here before we know it. I'm gonna show you guys the progress I've made in the sewing area, and we can hopefully switch to some different topics, maybe tutorials for my next video. Just trying to get organized because that is not one of my strengths. I'm kind of one of those people that has an organized mess, if you can imagine, but I am really trying to work on that. So we'll take you around a little bit. Okay, welcome to my sewing area here at Vermeer Girl. Please disregard, well, don't disregard, but just to be honest, still trying to find a home for some of my oil paint and paintbrushes and acrylic stuff. Just really trying to hone in on everything. Down here, I do have some books and things that I'm trying to find a home for. Some of them, my older books, I'm planning to make confetti out of, which will be a fun paper crafting process. So, yeah, this is my sewing machine. You have a brother. There you go. Okay, now you have a good look at it. XL2600i. I bought it a few years ago. I think I ordered it from Target, and I just really like it. It's very user-friendly. It reminds me of the Singer that my mom had, and which I used for quite some time, but it eventually did come into some issues, and I didn't have a local store, Singer store I could go for repairs, so did not do that. Definitely, get a little more light in here. Yeah, that's good. Definitely still trying to find a home for a lot of things, but I wanted to show you all this really cute thing, if you can see. It's a thimble from the island of Capri, and it's ceramic, painted, beautiful. My sister and brother-in-law got me this, well, they got it for me and my husband. I think I'm the one that's used it so far, but it's a thimble, and it's really special. They got it while they were on their honeymoon earlier this year, so had that handy in case I need it. I have very, very many pin cushions. A little dusty. What pin cushion doesn't get dusty, really? But yeah. This is labeled bobbins, this little trick drawer. This was my mom's sewing table. This is a random cable. Hey, that rhymed. This is my mom's sewing table. It's pretty old. I don't know when it's from, maybe the 70s, but man, it still works great. Anyway, this is a little pop out, don't pinch your finger on it kind of button. And then inside I keep some of my needed things, like whether that's like inseam measurements, handy for anyone I hem for in my family. Got my fray check, more pin cushions. This one was the one my mom used to use all the time, and so it's really cool that I still have it, and it's still kind of covered in craziness from throughout the years. And got extra pins and extra safety pins in here, as well as some coffee cozies I had started making. Need to get back on those so I can list them on my shop. And then all my attachments and things for the Brother sewing machine. So always handy. And then I've got just some standard thimbles in here, and threaders, and just lots of different things I need. Oh, and that's another thimble actually that I bought at a antique store in, I think, Fredericksburg, and I thought it was so cool. Okay, so this is my little like tower, I guess, for the moment, of sewing stuff. So I've got some spools of thread here. These are my most frequently used colors, I would say, so I like to have them handy. And this is an old thing my mom had, stand for them, so like that. This tackle box, I was going to show you guys previously, but I didn't. I'm going to set it down here so I can show you. I used to have all my beads in it from when I was a kid and crafted, but now I repurposed it for sewing. So I've got a few things. As you can see, I kind of need to reorganize some of the things that were down in the sewing machine table. I've got seam ripper, thimbles up here. Have all these little Velcro pieces and tabs, as well as elastic. And then down here, we've got some snaps, and some other findings like D-rings. I was trying to make belts a while back. Got those. And then just some more elastic, and I even have some beading stuff down here too, if I ever take that up. Okay, so this is my zipper box. Got all kinds of things in here, but got some old zippers and some new zippers, just some different colors and things based on things I plan to make. And I've got a bunch of old Singer feet in here I probably need to give away or something. Some more elastic, and even some hem tape. Never a bad thing to have. I obviously prefer to sew all my hems, but it sure is helpful. So that's my zipper box. Okay, and here we've got more thread. Colors I don't use very frequently, but definitely makes sense to keep on hand just in case. Okay, and this is my pattern box. Got all kinds of patterns in here, mostly the ones I have been using, and then projects I have going, so definitely trying to get through some of this. I did clear out a lot of things recently, so it's pretty good. Okay, and then in these drawers, we've got a lot of tools of the trade. You know, normal things. If you're familiar with crafting, you know, gotta have your sewing scissors. If somebody uses the sewing scissors for anything other than fabric, they get dull, as we know. And this is a tool I use to make tote bags and line up the corners so it can be a boxed bottom. And then some invisible zipper foot instructions down there. And then we've got some machine oil and needles and things. So very helpful drawer. The next drawer is missing. It is being repaired because my husband is gonna help with that. There was a nail sticking out and I was like, well, glad I had my tetanus shot. No, I didn't poke myself, but still. Then we've got some buttons here, and I literally just sorted all these buttons the other day and just kind of tried to group them by color. My mom had so many buttons, it's insane. So I'm gonna definitely you know where to pull from now, which is great. Okay, so this is going to be a part of the craft room that stays hidden most of the time. I guess art room, I should say. But we're going to take a closer look at what all is stored in here at the moment. This is obviously just one half, but the doors slide, so I can't show you both halves at once. Okay. All right, so up here we've got some items that are waiting to be crafted. My husband and I are planning to make t-shirt quilts out of all of our old college t-shirts. So those are being stored up here, as well as some additional craft supplies that I'm not currently using. And then down here, well, we have a witch's hat, which is appropriate since it's October. Oh, and we do have my husband's swords he's made stored on the side here. This one is from Fire Emblem. And then that one back there, if you can even see it, is the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. These are some fabrics I'm waiting to work with here. My husband and I love the Legend of Zelda video games by Nintendo, and I'm planning to make him a champion's tunic out of this teal fabric here and this white fabric for part of the sleeves, so he can be Link for Halloween. Next year though, it's too close to the baby's due date this year, but we got the stuff, and then these fabrics are so I can be Princess Zelda from that game, those games. And these are both costumes from the most recent Breath of the Wild video game. Here we've got some red felts, and then just some other fabrics. This is a French one I've made some stuff out of before. These are some Christmas fabrics. Got some gingham here and some more, a lighter, like a lining fabric for some tote bags. And then we've got a few pieces of clothing that I'm intending to make things out of because they don't fit anymore. Okay, and then here I'm going to show you what's in this set of drawers, since we are doing one side of the closet at a time. Got some ribbon. I'm going to probably make some sort of wreath with this here. And then I've got just some things that, just random knickknacks, some binding, some Mardi Gras beads, and some ribbon, other ribbon, like smaller spools of it. Just kind of random. I should label these drawers as well. I will. And then here we have, this is actually my pattern I'm going to make my costume out of. And then some pictures, and then this will be my husband's costume. So, and then these are fun. I'll have to show you sometime. He made some, from the Breath of the Wild Zelda video game, my husband made some little Koroks, which are these little woodland mythical creatures that hide in places and stuff. And so he made some little plush toy ones that we have around the house. Okay, so these are some alphabet stamps we have. And we've got this box of stamps from the Book of Kells, which is really cool. Lots of Celtic knots. My husband and I kind of had a vintage theme to our wedding, so some of these stamps we used for decoration on just various parts of the wedding. Kind of hard to explain. I'll show you guys eventually. We also had our favor was actually coffee beans, so we my sisters helped bag all of them and stamp all the little muslin bags so people could take those home, which was really fun. We had some vintage travel
looking stuff, like stamp, post stamps and things. And then I've got all my ink pads in here too. Okay, I have a lot of Christmas craft stuff, but this is some of it. Just some palms and some glitter paper, some treat bags, and then some inspiration from one of the Michaels ads one year. So I use those certain times of the year. And down here I've got some knitting projects I had started working on, so hoping to get back into that when it gets a little cooler. Down here in this last drawer I have some shells from Nafplion in Greece. I studied abroad when I was a sophomore in college, and I've saved a lot of things down here from that time, and I'm hoping eventually to make a collage of that part of my life. Significant. And then right here we've got some posters and things my husband and I both have. Just don't have a place to put them at the moment, but we might put some up on the walls soon. And here we've got like drawing boards. We have a little bit of a drafting board back here too. And just some materials like black construction paper and like a drawing pad. We have a lot of drawing pads around. So just a few things. And my portfolio from when I took art in college is down back there too. Okay, welcome to the other side of the closet. This is some fabric I have with a little bit of rose gold. It's not technically, I don't consider it mine. My sister and brother-in-law, once when I made decorations for their engagement party, I bought this fabric to use as tablecloths, and I have been meaning to make them pillows or something they can use in their home out of that, but I have plenty, so might use it for something else too. Oh yeah, and then this, well, this is a bag I started working on, tote bag with this Greek key fabric I really like. And then I made a pillowcase as well. One of those that you can just kind of do an envelope on your pillow. So I'll hopefully list that one soon now that it's completed. And oh yeah, here in the corner I have some foam. I'm going to recover our ironing board eventually, but that is not really happening quite yet. Anyway, other fabrics I have got just some random ones here. I really like working with canvas and duck cloth for making tote bags, so that's why I have a lot of that here. And I really just love Greek keys. More here. And then, oh yes, this, I can't sell anything I make with it, but I could not resist this Beauty and the Beast fabric I found at Hobby Lobby, so I'm gonna make something eventually. I just had to get it. Oh, and I almost forgot, we have stuff up here too. It's mostly our Christmas decorations and Christmas gift bags up there. I think there's a wreath or something as well. Just a little bit of how we store things here at Vermeer Girl home headquarters. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed your tour of now the sewing area and closet space in our art room. And next time, I promise I'm going to share a tutorial on something in the world of crafting as I know it. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Again, I'm Christine, owner, founder, maker of Vermeer Girl products. Anyway, hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much again. Bye. Ciao for now.